Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the KV-85. It's a Tier 6 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the westbourne of Berlin, and this one is under the command of Wazwulf of Gwyn. Now, I should have spotted this one, but it escaped past me, and I saw the replay for Live Oaks, which you may have seen on our channel, and, well, he thought that I was going to do a double replay, but, well, I'll have to do two videos for the replays. Now, KV-85, well, he's armed with the 100mm gun, not the 85mm. 250 Alpha, 170mm pen with standard ammo. With the APCR, he can do 210mm, and with the HE rounds, he can do 330 Alpha and 50mm pen. This is actually the KV-100, although, well, I suppose he doesn't know that, but, well, he might know it anyway. In actual fact, they made KV-85s with the 85mm gun, KV-100s with the 100mm gun, and KV-122s with the 122mm gun. Except Wargaming, in their wisdom, have decided to put the KV-122 in as a premium tank, but they've also allowed you to fit the 122mm gun to a KV-85, which is basically the same tank. Exactly the same tank, except of course it's not premium. Okay, with the 100mm you get a decent reload time. The standard reload time by the book, if I remember correctly, is 7.29 seconds. But you can see here that Wazwulf's got it down to 6.25, and that means this thing does reload fairly quickly. It's more powerful than the 85mm, of course, as I said. It's a 100mm gun, so it's capable of 250 Alpha instead of the 180 that you would normally get from an 85mm. In fact, actually, the 85mm would be a 160 Alpha, not a 180, because of course it's using a different 85mm gun. Now, this was kind of an upgrade to the KV-1S, because originally the first KV tank produced was called a KV. Then they produced the KV-1S to try and make it faster, so it could go alongside the T-34s and T-3485s, and then finally they started fitting heavier guns to it so it could do more damage. It still has the KV-1S turret, as you can see, which is basically a developed turret with that big cupola and a rounded appearance, but it's much more lethal with the 100mm gun, which makes it more fun to play. Okay, enemy OHO, OI rather, not NOHO. This is a Tier 6 game with only Tier 6 tanks in it. The OHI is looking to get some revenge, and I think he's just going to back up and drift backwards. He's got some guys in front of him who are probably also engaging him. Hello. Well, yes, the armour on the front of an OI is particularly strong. You've got to remember that. The easiest place to aim for is the boobies. He's waiting for us to poke forward so he can plant a round into us. And the enemy's lost their T-3485 across the river, which means our VK-3601H is about to engage the OI. He's realised that, and now we get to shoot at his weak side armour, which is the best place to plant the rounds. And now the OI's kind of trapped because he's caught in a crossfire. We've got the VK one side, we're the other, and we can shoot up his rear right into his weak armour at the rear. And yeah, that's the end of the game. Nicely played. He didn't let the guy take advantage of the fact that he's got a very big gun, and so he waited until his right moment he could move forward. Okay, we've got an AMX-13 F3AM, that's the Arty on the enemy team, trying to make a quick run for it. They've got two Arty, an M44 as well. On our team we've got a Hummel, and unless you wait, there's an enemy tank just around the corner. Hello, we heard him. T1 heavy. Oh, it's an M6. Now, he's got the 90mm gun. It's basically a T1 with a 90mm main gun. He's tracked the guy. Now he can just go to work on the engine bay, and hopefully we'll get a fire and he'll go up. Well, he did go up, and he's out the game. Again, the benefits of having that 100mm gun, except, of course, he does fire rather fast, but AMDs can be difficult to hit. Let the VK go first. Okay, come up behind him, because he's the one who's going to take the hit. I know that Wazwulf doesn't have any damage so far, but it might be easier to let the VK take all the work In fact, he does take the kill as well, but we do have a T150. Now, that's a different matter when it comes to damage. And we did block the shot, but the M44 fired one at us. Now, we didn't pen there. Now, we're on the right side. Now, go the other side. That's it. In fact, that's what our teammate wanted to do, and he did it, and he got it right. But we took a round from a T-37, who dies virtually immediately. And now we're headed off to the center of the map, or are we going south? We're going south. Good. Because there's enemy tanks down in the south we can deal with. In fact, we've got an 88 and a Giro just around the corner. And he wants to get some cover between him and those. Ow, we did take a round from the Giro. Considered one of the best of the Japanese tank destroyers, tier for tier. Ow, took another one. That didn't work. But you can see Wazwulf's now up to 1.8k of damage, so he's having a really good time. The Giro goes down to our T-3485, the other side. Now, hello Mr. 88, do you like it up the rear? Okay, well he tracks him to stop him moving. We took him around from a Nashorn. He had the 88mm gun. Now we need to track this guy again. Oh, we took another round from that Nashorn, who's only a short distance away, so we'll have to deal with him next. He's probably reloaded by now. I'd side scrape off this Torner if I was you. He's not looking at us now. Now he takes a round, and potentially we've got a high caliber. Arty comes to the rescue and gets the kill, which means now there's only 2 enemies left. The AMX-13 F3 just tried a shotgun on us. He took a big hit, but he's still alive, but not for much longer. Wazwulf's got 3 kills now. He could platoon, and he would get a brothers in arms off a dynamic platoon. There's only 1 enemy left, the AMD 178B, who's left a charmed life so far because he's taken a few hits, but he is still alive at the end of the game. Last enemy to go down. Now, can we get him? We're probably not going to get there. No, he's taken out of the game, and that's a victory for Wazwulf. Well, that was a really good victory for Wazwulf. He did move nicely through the field, although sometimes he was trying to barge that BK3601H out of the way. Not the good move, actually. As you saw in one of our previous videos that we put out, it's sometimes better to let your teammates go ahead of you. I know you may be eager to get the kills, but sometimes it's let them take the damage, and then you can follow up after them and clean up the mess. He managed to get an ace tanker out of that game. He also got a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, bruised the medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. And he also got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall, and his win rate was 8,433, which is super unicum and a lot more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, 2,607 was the highest damage in that game. Second highest damage went to the Jackson R team, 1,778. And the third highest was the T-37, who was sitting in the bunker and pot-shotting from there. He got 1,577 hit points of damage, but he was taken out after he fired a shot at Wazwulf and got a pen. When it came to kills, it was the Jackson who did the best with 4 kills. 3 kills went to Wazwulf, to the M6, and also to the M4A3 Easy 8 on the enemy team. And he could have actually platooned with either the M6 or the Jackson. I'm not sure if he tried or if they were rejected. Some people do reject it, but a lot of people will actually try and platoon in battle dynamically because you won't get any credit benefit, but you will get at least a medal out of it. And when it came to base XP, he's the one who came out on top. The only player over 1,000. Wazwulf got 1,307. The next highest being the Jackson with 975. And after that, the M6 with 862. He fired 18 rounds. Got better accuracy on this one. 14 direct hits, 11 penetrations, damage of 2,607, all of it at close range. I guess the shot that maybe he shouldn't have fired, but I suppose he was aiming for the boobies, was the front of the OI. If he'd actually aimed for the boobies, he might have actually got it through, but instead he actually aimed for the frontal armor, which is quite strong on an OI, so not a good idea unless you're using premium ammo to try and get through that armor. He received 6 hits from the enemy, 5 penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 1 hit by way of splash. That came from the enemy Arty. He got the penetration shots were 88mm rounds fired by the Nashorn at him. Of course, they were into his side armor, and of course, that's what Aslains were designed to do. They were basically 88mm guns on a mobile carriage, so they could actually get about and which is the same mobile carriage as a Hummel, by the way, that would enable the things to get around and take enemy vehicles out of the game. They weren't particularly stealthy, but they were very effective, Aslains. He also got 110 hit points of damage blocked by armor, 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, 846 hit points of damage assistance. Now, on a premium count, he actually earned a profit of 30,748 credits. His ammunition costs weren't that expensive, and he also came away with 7,843 experience points after he got a mission completion in there as well. So a very good round in the KV-85. Wazwulf's getting the hang of it in terms of picking up those regular ace tankers now, and it won't be long before he 3 marks if he keeps on going at this level, because I'm sure that he is picking up enough experience on these battles to get the 3 marks. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithms, and thank you for watching.